Hello to everyone in the Albany, New York area. This is the Albany News Update Show. Took a month off due to the holidays, sickness, and vacation. Not necessarily in that order. But we are back and ready to roll. I am your... I forgot how to pronounce the word. Ebullient host. Yes, I am. Jonathan Madden, and still alive. Yay! Is my cohort in comedic crime, Brian McKenzie. Brian, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing ebulliently well.
Yes! You can pronounce it better than I can.
I just made up that word.
Well, are you cold?
I'm a little
chill. Do you want me to turn up the heat a little bit? I'm sorry. I apologize if the studio's a little...
Yeah, turn up the heat.
I'll turn up the heat. I'll turn up the heat. Let's look at some of the news stories that have happened in and around the Albany area these past few weeks and have some fun. Yes. Multiple news outlets reported that in honor of RPI's 200th anniversary, Stewart's is releasing a new ice cream flavor called Quantum Freeze. Ooh. The ice cream will make you feel slightly less smart, with some hints of smugness and a pinch of disdain for your lack of understanding. This new flavor follows Stewart's honoring of the College of St. Rose with a flavor called Ultimate Sadness. You ever get a feeling when you talk to somebody at RPI, you don't quite measure up?
I don't talk to people from RPI.
Oh, that's how you get around that problem? I try to avoid, but sometimes you have to.
I don't talk to people from St. Rose either.
That's true.
Siena people I particularly try to avoid.
Oh! That's me. Where'd you graduate from?
Next story, please.
Okay, moving on. Apparently I hit a sore spot there. The Times-Union reported that Lake Placid may host the bobsled events for the 2026 Olympics, which are being held in Italy. No, they won't. I don't even know why they're even bothering putting the bid in. There's a couple other places in Europe that are, I think, is much closer than here in New York when it comes to Latham or Lake Placid in Italy. But
why not put it in? What's wrong with West Mountain?
West Mountain, even better. I'll contact the Italian Olympic Committee.
I'm sure Corinth could welcome the world.
That won't be bad at all. All right, what do we got here? Every news outlet under the sun is reporting that the Albany Central Warehouse will be demolished. A, we've heard that before. B, we've heard that before. And C, we've heard that before. Also, we can still see it. They put that covering over the building, but it's still there. It's not like you can't see it. Now it's just this big monolith, like 2001 Space Odyssey.
Listen,
sitting there off 787.
It was a headline in the Times-Union.
It was a headline everywhere.
But it wasn't in the largest font. I thought that was a little strange.
Oh. I get it. You thought it was a little strange? Because it wasn't in the biggest font. The Times-Union reported that the new bishop-elect Jeremiah Williamson is embarking on a ministry of reconciliation in the Episcopal Diocese of Albany. Well, that's nice. I bet soon-to-be Bishop Williamson is a kind-hearted soul. Holy Mother of God and Mary and all that is good and evil. Take that down. Take that down. Take it down right now. Take it down. Dear God. Is it me or is anybody else getting Wes Craven vibes? Put it up. Yes, the hills have eyes. The hills have eyes.
Adam Silver vibes.
I'll never forget that movie poster, and now I have one more reason to fear priests.
He used to scare the kids away.
Oh my God.
All right, we have to stop beating the bishop.
Yes. Well, clergy Clergy is one of our favorite things to poke fun at. But anyways. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're mixing things up. Brian has been complaining about not having anything to write about in Albany because nothing happens in Albany. I tend to disagree, but I'm going to satisfy him. So we're going to introduce a new segment here. A new segment. Brian has no idea I'm doing this. We're going to call this Stump the Chump. Yes, you can applaud. Stump the Chump. You're the chump, by the way. You're the chump. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I scoured the local news for 10 additional stories. He has no idea I'm doing this. For 10 additional stories, okay? And so I have these little buzzers here. So what I'm going to do is you have to tell me if the story headline that I read is true or false. If you get it correct, you get one of the 3 accolade sound effects. Oh. And if you get it wrong, well,
true or false?
We'll see what happens. True or false, that's all you need to do. You ready?
Piece of cake.
Is everybody ready for Stump the Chump? Yes? Ready for Stump the Chump. Here we go. Are you ready?
I don't like the name of this
game. You're a chump. Okay, here we go. Story number 1. Local story number 1. A New York cannabis firm filed a lawsuit claiming that their white male applicants were discriminated against based on race and gender. True. White male applicants. That is true. He can be taught. Ladies and gentlemen, you got it right. Story number 2. The Belmont Stakes horse race tickets at Saratoga will be $200 each. True or false? I should put a timer on this because you don't need to spend that long for...
False.
False? That is correct. It is false.
You're not as stupid as you look, Ike.
That's from Tombstone. You're not as stupid as you look, Ike. If they can't hear. They are not $200. They are $50, which is still quite expensive, but not $200. Story number 3. Part of a mobile home toppled from a truck on I-90 in Albany recently. True or false?
I could see Boston Spa. But Albany? I-90 doesn't go through Boston Spa.
I-90 doesn't go through Boston Spa. True or false? Come on. We got to keep it up here. Let's go.
I will say false.
False? Wrong.
You are a moron.
That's Judge Judy. Judge Judy says you are a moron. Okay, that was true. A mobile home did topple from a truck in I-90. Number 4. Central Park Middle School Assistant Principal John Heim has assumed the principal's position in the Schenectady School, with Principal Carmen McEvoy out of the office for a scheduled medical procedure. True or false?
True.
True.
You are a moron.
What? That's not plausible.
She was not out of the office for a scheduled medical procedure. She was out of the office for an undisclosed reason. Nobody knows why she's gone.
This is stupid.
No, it's not stupid. You got it wrong.
That is like
You are a moron.
that is.
She pulled the Secretary of Defense form
That is like the most minuscule of details.
All right. Number 5. Justice Department investigation says former Cuomo administration, quote, subjected female employees to a bullying, hostile work environment.
Oh, true.
You are a moron.
It was not a bullying, hostile work environment. It was a sexually hostile work environment.
Harassment's harassment.
Harassment's harassment.
What difference?
6. The 7th annual Schenectady Soup Stroll took place Saturday in downtown Schenectady. First place was awarded to Simone's Kitchen for their creamy tomato and sweet harissa soup.
I love Simone's.
True. True?
Maybe you're not as big of a loser as I thought.
You got it right. So
These
you're not a loser.
Buzzers may
You're not a loser.
Make the end of the show.
Okay. Follow-up question number 7. Okay, there are 3 awards given out: third place, second place, and first place. Okay, the third place award is called the bronze ladle. The second place is called the silver spoon, and first place is called golden bowl. True or false?
True.
You are a moron.
The third place is called bronze ladle. Second place is called silver spoon, but first place is called the golden tureen. They get all fancy with the bowl name. Come on, I thought you were keeping up with the local news. Here we go. Number 8.
What was number 1? Golden
tureen.
Oh, I thought you said shower.
Shower.
Okay,
Oh,
continue.
jeez. It's a different kind of content.
Continue.
Jeanette Epps, who grew up in Schenectady, is scheduled to go on a 4-person crew that will launch their mission from Cape Canaveral next month.
Jeanette Epps,
Jeanette Epps.
Cape Canaveral.
Yes.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her? So
We
is
have
that
50-50 shot
true
here.
or false?
True.
You are a moron.
She did not grow up in Schenectady. She grew up in Syracuse. I'm sorry, she grew up in New Syracuse. I think that's what they're calling it now.
This is
Number 9.
so
Number
much
9.
fun.
You got to keep track. I should be keeping track of how many you've got wrong here. It's pathetic.
I missed one. So far.
I've been hitting this moron button
I've been keeping
a
track.
lot more than I thought. Albany plans to add undergraduate diversity programs, which will help College of St. Rose students who transfer there to complete degrees.
True.
Or false?
That's true.
You are a moron.
God's sake.
Albany plans to add undergraduate education programs, not diversity programs, educational programs.
Diversity programs are a good idea.
It's up to you. It's up to you. And finally, number 10. Latham fuel cell maker Plug Power has instituted a hiring freeze and is planning to increase prices on its products a week after it raised concerns over its financial stability. Ugh.
True.
True?
Maybe you're not as big of a loser as I thought.
Thank you, Blue. Buzzer.
That was it. That was our. I think you got like 4 or 5 right out of. I should add a ticker.
Clearly,
post production.
90% effective. on that.
90%. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, we all know your math prowess here. We can figure this out.
How could anybody do poorly with those stories that were...
Bet you're going to follow the news more this week so you can score better. That's for sure.
Epps?
Jeanette
Epps. Yeah.
See? Anyways. So there was Stump the Chump. The chump was stumped.
The audience is all chumps.
Yeah.
They're all chumps, too.
I like our audience. They're fun.
Fellow chumps.
They're fun. Moving on. Let's switch over to my alma mater, Siena College, where the Daily Gazette ran an article on the men's basketball team's dismal performance this season. Siena athletic director John Dargenio said that Coach Carm Massarello's job wasn't in jeopardy and said, quote, "I'm looking at everything he's done over his 4 or 5 years here, the amount of success we've had in the league. I know we haven't won a league championship, but there's a lot of schools that haven't won any. Ever. I believe the picture the Gazette ran with the story is appropriate, because here's Coach Carm, shown here pointing to all the other schools that haven't ever won a league championship." Put it back up again. Yes. See, that person hasn't won a championship. That team hasn't won a championship. That school hasn't won a championship.
Hey, look, Mark Showbiz Brown is in the audience.
Mark Showbiz Brown is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Mark, what do you say?
What do you give us? He's going to say the same thing I'm going to say right here. I got 2 words for you, Siena.
You won a championship?
No, he did win a championship. I got 2 words for you. I got 2 words for you. Mike Dean. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Technically, he retired in 2017.
Won a year league championship.
He went
to the NCAAs.
Double A's, yes. Second round.
And then told Siena that.
Yeah, well, they
then headed to Marquette.
Paid a lot of money.
Big time.
They paid a lot of money. But he's out. He's 72 now. I can think of nothing better to come out of retirement, come back to his former glory days, and lead Siena to victory. Please, please, please.
Fran?
Maybe
He
Frank.
won there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Headed to Iowa.
We'll see. News Channel 13 reported the new mayor of Troy is under fire over a lingering vacancy. Mayor Carmela Mantello issued an emergency declaration to the city council stating the administration was unable to effectively oversee the city's $100 million budget. Troy residents are rethinking electing a mayor whose campaign slogan was, "Vote for Mantello, and within a month, you'll get a big surprise." I bet they were thinking the surprise was more like a tax cut or something like that.
There's already problems. It's January 31st.
The controller or comptroller resigned like the end of December, and they haven't filled the vacancy yet, so they're kind of stuck. And so I guess she has to file this emergency declaration. Maybe you could hire a controller. Just saying, maybe that would solve it as well.
Troylet.
Yes. News 10 reported on a story concerning the Mohawk Humane Society rescuing 102 animals from an unregistered organization. Jennifer Uhl, founder of
That's
MPAW...
Yule.
Jennifer...
U-H-L is Yule.
Yule? Is that... I just read. I did... Jennifer Uhl, founder of Empathy...
Put it back on the table.
This is what... Oh, snap. Here we go.
Put it back on the table. And the right one, please.
This is the right one.
You are a moron.
Yes.
Thank you.
Jennifer Uhl? Was that Jennifer Uhl, founder of Empathy? I see what she did there. Animal Rescue said, quote, "At the last minute, I ended up with more animals in my house than I was comfortable with." At the last minute? Jennifer, it's not like this was an animal tornado or something. You agreed to accept a large number of animals you clearly weren't able to handle. I don't know what the problem here is.
How many animals are we talking about?
Well, if you're listening, I said 102.
She had 102 animals?
In a house. Deplorable conditions.
How many rooms?
Maybe 5 or 6, I would imagine.
But you're guessing?
The story didn't say. It's at home. I don't know.
Maybe the house had 102 rooms.
It's possible.
All right, so a couple of them had to bunk together.
A couple of them. You read the story. It's not good. Thank you.
The feces in that place.
Thank you to the Mohawk Humane Society for stepping in there.
Talk about a cat lady.
I tell you, more than that. It's a bad story, but I don't know.
Ooh.
Anyways, okay. And finally, we have the Albany News Update Show, Anus of the Week. No, it's not Onondaga Central School District School Resource Officer Robert Wick, who left his duty belt and service weapon in a staff bathroom at Rockwell Elementary School. How do you even? And it's not Albany Police Officer Jaden Hausler. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Thank you. Who was charged with DWI after crashing into a telephone pole with his personal vehicle. No, this week's Anus Award goes to Saratoga Springs Spring Street Deli owner Anthony Gargano, who, after his employees kept feeding a neighbor's cat, decided to take matters into his own hands and drop the cat off at the Saratoga County Animal Shelter. Problem was, the shelter was closed, so he just left the cat there and took off. The cat, who hasn't been found, was a gift to the neighbor's son from his stepfather, who passed away 3 years ago. Congratulations, Anthony Gargano. Here's your Anus Award. What kind of... His employees were feeding the cat, which is why the cat kept coming around. Oh, yes. Anthony.
You are a moron.
There it is. I like these buttons. They're fun.
Yes. When it's not...
So...
When you're not getting
They still can't find that. I put you on the spot. You were a good sport. Give him a round of applause for being a good sport for the... Yeah, there we go. He was a good chump.
Mark.
He was a good chump. Mark's talking twice as hard as anybody else.
I beat Mark one-on-one.
You did?
Yeah.
In your dreams. In your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Albany News Update Show. Check out the stories we've highlighted in the description below. Please support the local news. We had fun.
My crossover.
And you've been updated.
I'm smarter than most people in college.
How do you know?
Because I know.
What did you get in college?